Are you truly the author of your own life? Look around, your job, your income, your relationships, your daily grind. Did you consciously choose all of this? Or did someone else, perhaps subtly, years ago, chart your course for you? Most people drift through a future they haven't planned, following a path they never chose, repeating patterns they don't understand. And therein lies the danger. If you don't take the reins of your own mind, your own mental programming, someone else will ever wonder why certain aspects of your life remain stubbornly unchanged, despite your best efforts. Maybe you switch jobs, cities, partners, but deep down, it's the same old song and dance. The same gnawing anxiety, the same emptiness, the same financial struggles, the same nagging fear of failure. Why? The answer lies in something rarely discussed, yet powerfully influential: paradigms. Paradigm might sound academic, distant, but it's woven into the fabric of your everyday life. It's the tapestry of inherited beliefs, behaviors, customs, and habits, unquestioned, unexamined. Ideas passed down through generations, silently shaping your thoughts, feelings, and actions, without your conscious awareness. Do you really believe you chose your views on money, love, and success? Likely, they were ingrained in childhood. Phrases like "money doesn't grow on trees," "you're born poor," "you'll die poor," "life's tough," "that's not for people like us," repeated ad nauseam. What happens when you hear this from a young age? It becomes your truth. Even if you consciously desire wealth, success, freedom, your subconscious whispers, "No, that's not for you." I know this firsthand. I once earned $4,000 a year and owed $6,000. It seemed perfectly normal, logical. I was mirroring what I saw: people complaining about bills, debt, bad luck. I'd fallen into the cycle. I blamed the job, the country, the system. But the problem was my paradigm. I thought small, focused on debt, attracting more like a magnet. I missed opportunities, fixated on lack. And what does focusing on scarcity manifest? More scarcity. It's hard to admit. It means acknowledging that your current life, with its limitations, frustrations, and fears, is built on patterns you didn't choose, but perpetuated. Hard, yes, but also incredibly liberating. Because if a paradigm is learned, it can be reprogrammed. Start with awareness. Notice the patterns, your automatic thoughts. When you hear about money, what do you feel? Anxiety? Fear? Guilt? Anger? These emotions aren't random, they reflect an ancient, inherited paradigm. You're running someone else's script. And if you stay on autopilot, your life will continue in circles, new scenery, same old plot. How many times have you tried a new course, business, field, and given up? How many times have you started with enthusiasm and ended up back where you began? It's not laziness, incompetence, or bad luck. Your paradigm, that invisible, powerful structure, pulled you back to the familiar, that safe, even if it means unhappiness. So I ask you, how long will you accept a life you didn't choose? How long will you follow a script written by others, in another era, with a different mindset? You don't have to. You can write your own story. But it takes courage. Courage to confront your thoughts, challenge your beliefs, and reprogram your mind. Try an experiment. For 7 days, observe your automatic actions. How you wake up, eat, react to problems, talk about money, talk about yourself. Write it down. Question it. Ask, did this come from me, or was it programmed into me? Most of the answers will surprise you. This isn't just self-discovery, it's reclaiming control. As long as you're on autopilot, your life will be limited by the same old beliefs. By identifying the patterns, you gain the power to change them. And then, everything begins to shift. I'm living proof. I didn't change my life through luck, but by rewriting the paradigms that controlled my destiny. If I can do it, so can you. The key is within you. It always has been. Sitting in that London office, seemingly successful, money rolling in, business booming, a question echoed, what happened to me? I was making over $1 million a year, yet not long ago I was broke, owing more than I earned, directionless. The answer was simple and powerful. I changed the program in my mind. Most people believe real change is difficult, time-consuming, impossible. They say, "That's just who I am, it's not for me, my life's always been this way." But these aren't conscious reflections, they're symptoms of a background mental program making decisions for you. It's like a scratched record. You can change the needle, clean the turntable, switch the music, but if the record is scratched, it will always play the same groove. Millions change the scenery but live the same patterns. What changed my life was understanding that I didn't need to fight the old reality. I just needed to build a new one. That was a powerful lesson. Stop trying to fix what's broken, to resist the old. Invest in creating a new model of thinking, identity, vibration. You don't become rich, free, or fulfilled by doing different things, you become it by being a different person, from the inside out. It starts with what you believe about yourself. Many believe they don't deserve it, aren't capable, lack the tools, time, age, intelligence, or luck. But that's part of the old program. Without changing it, any external effort will be temporary. There might be a fleeting improvement, but if the paradigm doesn't shift, you'll snap back to the starting point like a rubber band. When you install a new mental model, when you consciously decide to be a new person with new patterns, something happens. It's not mystical, it's science. Neuroscience shows the brain is plastic, it reconfigures itself. Every thought repeated with intention, every emotion sustained with focus, every action repeated with discipline, forms new neural connections. These connections become habits, and these habits build your new reality. But the old you won't give up. It will try to pull you back, remind you of failures, make you doubt, use the voices of family, friends, who said you're not capable. It will try to convince you to stay where you are. At that moment, make a definitive, irreversible decision, as I did, as many have done. As I acted on the new program, results came. Not because I knew everything, but because I became someone different. The world responded to this new version. A simple shift in attitude makes people treat you differently, makes opportunities appear. It seems like coincidence, but it's resonance. You started vibrating differently and attracting a compatible reality, but it demands commitment. Changing your paradigm isn't an event, it's a process requiring repetition, intention, and discipline. Discipline to think differently, even when the world pressures you to think the same, to act differently, even without immediate results, to sustain the new image, even when the old you tries to return. The question is, are you willing to embody this new version? To act like the person you want to be, before you see the fruits. That's how it works. You don't wait to see to believe, you believe, and then you see. The result comes after the decision. Think of your life as a road. With the same map, you'll always arrive at the same destination. By changing the map, installing a new mental GPS, reconfiguring the coordinates, and driving with intention, you'll reach destinations previously unattainable. You might be living a life you dislike, but that's not definitive. It's a reflection of who you were. By changing your internal program, the course changes. Life changes. No one is condemned to repeat the past, unless they choose to. And now, you have a new choice. Choose to reprogram, decide, transform. That's where it all begins. There's a silent truth most never discover. The universe doesn't respond to your will, requests, or complaints, it responds to your vibration. This can be disconcerting, as we're taught to believe that physical effort, willpower, and hard work are responsible for results. But they aren't, not in isolation. What determines what you attract is the energetic frequency you emit, defined by your thoughts, emotions, and state of consciousness. When you're frustrated, anxious, worried about money, do things seem to get worse? More bills, problems, unexpected setbacks? It's not bad luck, it's vibrational resonance. You vibrate in scarcity, and the universe, like a mirror, reflects back what you emit. It doesn't judge, it simply responds. The laws governing the universe are so precise that we can send a spacecraft to the moon and calculate the exact second of landing. This wouldn't be possible if they were random. Just as we use these laws for engineering, we can use them to create an extraordinary life. But most ignore them. They want to change their lives using only logic and effort, feeding emotional patterns of fear, doubt, guilt, and anxiety. These emotions create a vibration that attracts more experiences, reinforcing those feelings. It's a cycle. I discovered this by studying the principles of the mind and universal laws. Everything is energy. And this energy organizes itself according to laws, not wishes. No matter how much you desire something, if your body, mind, and vibration are in conflict, the result won't come. Even if it comes for a moment, it escapes because it's out of sync. Neuroscience has proven that your thoughts generate electrical impulses in the brain. These impulses activate neural networks that release chemicals, neurotransmitters. These substances create the emotions you feel. Thoughts generate feelings, feelings generate vibrational states, and these states shape your reality. It's not philosophy, it's science. If you constantly think about debt, fear of loss, frustration with work, your body feels this as truth and vibrates at that frequency, attracting experiences that validate that internal state. By consciously deciding to think about abundance, gratitude, confidence, fulfillment, even if it feels like a lie at first, over time, your body will feel it as truth, and the universe will begin to respond. Therefore, I say, you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. And you are what you consistently feel. It doesn't matter what you say, it matters what you vibrate. Your vibration is the sum of what you think, feel, and do, every day. But there's a crucial point. People think, oh, I'll think positive, and everything will change. But it's not that simple. Thinking positive without transforming paradigms is like perfuming garbage. It masks the smell for a while, but the odor returns. You need to transform the foundation, clean up the emotional garbage that vibrates in scarcity, fear, resentment. Reprogram your mind to sustain new internal images, new truths, new emotions. And that takes practice. Quantum physics speaks of the collapse of the wave function. In simple terms, reality only manifests when observed. What you sustain with focus and intention materializes. You have immense power, but it only works if there's alignment between what you think, feel, and believe is possible. Many people desire change but vibrate in doubt. They want abundance but feed thoughts of "this won't work for me." They want love but expect rejection. The universe responds to the real vibration, not the superficial intention. The first step is to take responsibility. Stop blaming the government, the crisis, your childhood, your ex-partner, your boss. As long as you place power outside yourself, you'll vibrate with powerlessness, attracting more reasons to feel powerless. By taking control, even if everything around you remains the same, something changes. This internal change is the beginning of a new reality. As your vibration changes, your perception changes. You begin to see opportunities where you once saw problems, feel confidence where you once felt fear, take actions previously impossible, and the universe moves with you. You'll meet new people, have ideas you never would have had, be in unimaginable places. But nothing starts outside, it starts inside. In your frequency, your energy field, your mind, the only question is, what frequency have you been emitting to the universe? The answer to everything is there. And the change you seek begins there. You can know all the laws of the universe, study the greatest self-help books, attend every seminar, write goals, paste motivational quotes on the wall, but if you don't have the discipline to apply what you know, nothing will change. True transformation doesn't happen when you understand, it happens when you act. Act consistently, even without motivation, even when tired, even when everything inside you wants to return to the old pattern. I say this with certainty because I lived it. There was a time when I was already seeing results, earning well, helping people, but I still felt pressured. It was as if a part of me was still waiting to be rescued, as if seeking permission, approval. Until one day, after a talk, I went to the hotel and, alone, looked myself in the mirror. I asked a question that cut me deep. Are you really willing to live as you speak? Are you committed, or do you just like the way it looks? That question tore me apart. I realized there were times when I was pretending. Not to others, but to myself. I said I believed in change, but I repeated old behaviors. I said I wanted to grow, but I hid in distractions. And in that moment, I made a decision. I would give myself a command and obey it. No excuses. That's what most people lack. They're full of information but empty of action. They know what to do, but they don't do it. They wait to feel motivated, hopeful, inspired. And I'll say something you might not want to hear: motivation doesn't lead to action, action brings motivation. Motivation comes after practice. It's the result of a body that perceives it's moving toward what it desires. Want to change your life? Stop waiting for a sign, a push, an external answer. Give yourself an order and follow it. Like a general who commits to his own word. Discipline is the art of becoming reliable to yourself, trusting your word more than the circumstances. Yes, at first it will be uncomfortable. The old you will scream. It will ask you to sleep more, procrastinate, accept what you've always accepted. It will say there's no problem in leaving it for later. But I guarantee that later is where dreams die. What really hurts? It's not failing, making mistakes. It's knowing you betrayed yourself, that you knew what you needed to do and chose not to do it. That you promised a new life but continued serving the old you. That silent pain undermines your self-confidence, energy, and identity, but on the other side is something extraordinary. By obeying your own commands, something within you strengthens. You stand taller, speak with more firmness, think with more clarity. Your mind knows, I keep my promises. That changes everything, whether it's starting a new habit, breaking a cycle, finishing a project, changing careers, or taking care of your body. What matters isn't the size of the action, it's the commitment to it. It's saying, this I will do, and nothing will stop me. Sustaining that in good times and bad. The results you desire don't belong to the future, they belong to the identity you assume now. And that identity is only sustained with discipline. Observe the people you admire, those who have truly changed their lives. They weren't the most talented or lucky, they were the most committed. Are you ready to become the architect of your own life? To dare greatly, even when fear whispers doubts. Some choose to forge their own path, no matter the cost, facing uncertainty head-on. That kind of unwavering commitment, showing up every single day, no excuses, no wavering, no self-sabotage, is the key. It's the secret to rewriting your story. This isn't about wishing for a different life, it's about becoming the person who makes that life a reality. It's about building your destiny, brick by brick, with intention and action. You'll stop begging permission to live the life you crave and simply live it. This isn't a fantasy, it's about honoring the promises you make to yourself, the ultimate act of self-respect and empowerment. Your past doesn't define you, it's the launching pad for a future sculpted by your own hand. You are in control. You can chart a new course, aligned with your deepest desires. If you felt a spark ignite within you, don't let it fade. Click on the next video, it's your next step forward, another rung on the ladder of self-improvement. It's a chance to expand your horizons, to become 1% better than you were today. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.